Yo, what is good, yo? So Rec Room shutting down. Absolute tragedy. I actually quite enjoyed building in this game. As you're gonna see, I have quite a few projects underway that I was working hard on. Nice coffee. Anyway, in this video, I'm just gonna fucking show off some of my creations. Because Rec Room has like a month and a bit left before servers shut down forever. And I'm certainly not going across the radium with the negative things that I've heard. So, I don't know why I'm muted. That cough is gonna fucking be in the video anyway. Um, yeah. Without further ado, we'll have a look at my workshop that we're in first. Gotta conserve power, you know. That's very simple circuitry, by the way. Alright, so. Starting out with the OG. Alright, so this caravan, when I first joined the game, I joined a military called Greater Aldoria Realm. Well, that's what it was called before I left. They kicked all the veterans out, and this is the first thing that I made after I left that military. This caravan. Or trailer, if you're an American. Or whatever. As you can see, it's a little rough. This was not my very first creation on the game. But this was my... No, wait. This was my very first creation on the game. Actually. Yeah. So I was fucking bored. Decided to build that one day. So this was like my second build. And I was building stuff for somebody because I was helping them. So I did these bricks. Some of the bricks are a little iffy, but I did these bricks fucking like chunk by chunk. I made sure they all lined up. But as you can see, it's a little iffy. This was my first attempt at building a house. It has boards on the roof and all that. This is supposed to be a medieval shack. Whatever. It turned out okay. And the person that I built it for used it. This I made for a furry. Well, actually, no, I didn't make this for a furry. See, I made this and had it in my workshop. And a furry came to me and seeing that I had occasional builder in my bio, and she wanted me to put something in. So I took her in here and showed her the previous version of this, and she said, "Oh yeah, that could be cool." So this has corrugated iron roofs. Each board is its own board. This was originally a window. I added the mirror here for the furry. And these lights switch out with that light. It's like a little neon light. Not a neon, but like a... I don't remember what they're called. Don't remember what we call them here in Australia. They switch, they're pretty cool. But there's also a light down here. Just a little bulb light. Like the ones that are above the mirror. Okay, I built this for a E-couple. It was supposed to be a horror map. I had terrain. I still got the entire original project, but it will lag this room like fuck. So had terrain. It had a little well out back. It was gonna have a creepy cellar that you had to find a key for. It was gonna have an attic that you also had to find a key for. But it was gonna be a creepy hangout, which would have led to a a Stranger Things themed horror, like, chase type thing. Like the Escape the Bonbon or Bonbon Re, whatever the fuck. But I just been using it to experiment with CV2 and shit, and show off my partners, or just to have my partners' gun models on the wall here. This is a music system. That was a music system. I got sick of it playing. I had a tablet on the stairs here. It fell through the map and it's gone. It's just gone. The tablet was going to control the music system up there, sort of like a master control. I'm not going to show off the CV2 because it's my CV2. That bridge over there is entirely made of cubes, and it was built by my friend Liano. This I built when I made the workshop. There was going to be more to it than this. I built this before it was a cube, and I decided that it was gonna, when I made it a cube, I decided that this was gonna lead out into the void. There was just gonna be a little, like, wooden, like, balcony type thing. I made that for Star Wars military, not the barricade. I made that for Fallout RP. But I made that for a Star Wars military. Cunt stole the building. And he stole my fucking DC-15s that I made for him. Moving on to the next thing, real quick. This was gonna be a Mad Max RP. So this isn't a fucking Limits V, not a Limits V2. This is a room, an Inc. 2.0 room. So this is gonna be a Mad Max RP. We're gonna have custom vehicles. It was gonna branch off, and fucking there are gonna be dirt roads. There are gonna be points of interest, and corner to corner. Like, this is a pretty big map. It's not small by any means. It's a pretty sizable map. That's all there is to show for this one. Now moving on to the next one. The Apocalypse RP. Oh, pardon me. Alright. So there isn't much for this one, besides this little cluster over here. So this was going to be a Fallout game. It was going to be a Fallout RP. So I used to run the Fallout Mojave RP. I sold it to a white supremacist, not realizing he was a white supremacist. And, yeah, anyway, my old co-owner took the map, well, went in and deleted everything, and the Mojave RP fell. So, I started building this. This is a, was going to be a second Fallout RP. I think it was going to be set in, like, New Reno or some shit. I don't remember. Regardless, on to the next room. So this next room was going to be a Halo-themed horror map. It was gonna have, you were gonna be an ODST, and for you, oh my god, I almost threw up in my mouth a bit. You were gonna be an ODST, and for those who don't know, ODST stands for Orbital Drop Shock Trooper. So, originally the idea was you'd spawn here with a Warthog, right? And all your equipment would be just out, ready to go. But I had an idea that there'd be like a Halcyon class cruiser in orbit, and you drop down in a fucking drop pod. All the equipment would be up there. So you drop, and the whole premise is that the Covenant took this place for some reason. It's an old Oni, like a really, really old Oni base. So you'd come in here, look around, realize, hey, there's like no plasma scoring. There's not even a fucking dead grunt or fucking signs of elites. You come in here, and you see your first, well, I was using this to make armors and shit while I was working on it. So these are the two ODST armors that I was using for a military that I was in called UNHA. This heavy one that I'm particularly happy with. And that's the assault rifle that I was working on for it. Now, you come in here, you'd see your first signs of what really went down. One, you see a dead Janissary. So, for those who don't know, after the the Orion 4, like the Orion program and Spartan 4s, were corporatized, and the corporations gave away the blueprints to make their own Spartans to the insurrections. And so Janissaries are like Spartans, but worse. So they don't match up to a Spartan in any way, shape, or form, but they are faster, stronger, and better than a regular Marine or a regular insurrectionist. You can get a look at my armor real quick. So you come in, you have your flashlight on your gun ready. You'd see the dead Janissary. Probably a few dead insurrectionists as well. See these fucking alarms or on emergency power. You come in, you go to hit this power box. Nothing would happen for a second. Then the AI, the facility AI, would come on and say that emergency power is active but falling. Please reactivate main. Please flip the main breaker. Yada yada. See, oh hey, Oni. That can't be good. So then you come down here. Open the elevator. The AI would say, hey, the elevator's offline. You're gonna have to use this service ladder. Come down to the second floor. And one member of the squad will have the Oni clearance and the codes to access this section. But we're not going to go into that section because it's unfinished. This whole map is unfinished, actually, so we can go into this section. The one with the Oni clearance can come in here, right? One with the Oni clearance can come in here, grab the fucking extra objective, and notice, oh hey, one of these tanks is broken and all the other tanks have flood infection forms and flood combat forms. And once the Oni member of the squad grabs the intel, the flood sounds start. So then they'll race out, rejoin their squad will turn the power on, and more more of the sounds from the flood will start coming from the vents. There will be a vent here, and as the squad approaches the sound, or hell, even if they flee, flood infection forms will come out and chase them towards the elevator shaft. At which point they'll probably jump down onto the elevator, which will be stuck here. So you jump down, you come in here, because that's the button you can hit. This room will be clear. This will be a janitor closet or a storage room. You'll come out here, and you'll see that there's a space-capable ship surrounded by combat forms and shit. And you realize, oh hey, or the AI will come out and say, hey, yeah, the flood trying to build a proto grave mind. They're trying to get the ship out of my hangar and reach Earth. So at which point you'll go down, jump onto the elevator, open the hatch, come through here, and you'll start fighting the flood. You'll board the ship, and you'll send the reactor critical. At which point you ride the elevator to the top, fighting your way through the flood as you do. Make your way out, killing a few more infected insurrectionists. And you'll make it to your exfil zone where a Pelican will be waiting for you. And you'll get to see this place go up in smoke. That was the idea that I had for this. I thought it was a really good idea. And yeah. It took me a lot of time to get to where I'm at right now with it, because I wasn't sure the direction that I was going to take with it. And for this reason, I'm going to be saving this. I'm going to be downloading this. I'm going to be taking it and importing it into Unity. And I'm going to be making a game, a Halo fan game out of this. So you guys will be able to see. Oh, you guys will hear about that. You guys will be able to fucking see my progress on that when I start working on it. But it's absolutely something to look forward to. Now moving on to the next two things that I'm willing to show off. So this was going to be a VR chat styled furry hideout for adult furries who want to get away from all the fucking dumbasses. So you come down here, the jail would be right there, so everyone coming down can see all the troublemakers in the cell. There was going to be a fucking reception desk with an age gate here. Haven't got around to that. This was going to lead to private rooms, so it was going to be 3 doors. And the fucking private rooms were going to take them like all the way out there, so that they can have private conversations and shit. Now I want to iterate that was absolutely no NSFW shit for this. These doors will not lock, no matter what. And it's especially not safe from staff. And because of how Rec Room works, I can fucking police that. So can my staff. So this was going to be a little VIP area. It's going to be like a music player, beanbags, and maybe a nice little fire. I don't like how the pattern that I did for this. I was going to do hexagons instead, but I never got around to it because, hey, Rec Room is dying. And there's going to be a mirror for all the mirror dwellers. It is a little iffy. It's a little finicky. It's a little weird. Mostly because I fucking couldn't figure out how to get rid of that shit. But, regardless. Next room. So this is my most finished room. It's still not finished, but it's still not. It's still my closest to being done. The two worlds that I put like actual hours of my time into is this world and the Halo map that I showed. So you start off in this area. There'll be a receptionist here to greet you, a member of staff here to greet you, say, hey, what's up? If you came through here, each of these servers we're gonna lead to one of my games. They're also gonna have their own like little individual lights that flashed. These tables aren't mine. I got them from a friend who I think stole them from somebody else, which is goofy as fuck because I could make that in 5 seconds. You come through here, we have the bar slash like hangout area. I was gonna make a bunch of seats and stools for the bar. This bar I made for Fallout Mojave RP, an RP that I used to run, and I modified it for this. Over here, I made those speakers. I made that fucking record player. These tables are temporary until I make better ones. Well, actually, in this instance, they're just temporary. But I spent a fair bit of time on this. But regardless of that, I still don't mind it fucking disappearing. Just for the fact that I could probably rebuild this better. Alright, well, that's all I feel like showing off. So, if you guys enjoyed my little showcase of all the things that I've been building over the past couple of months before the Rec Room shutdown announcement, go ahead and like the video, and please subscribe to me so that I know you guys really, really liked my video. Sorry that I'm a little nasally right now. Somewhere between when I started this and now, my nose became kind of clogged. But that's alright. You know, sometimes people just get sick, and there's nothing we can do about it. But, anyway, yeah, bye guys, please subscribe.